What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip with another video here. So today we're going to talk about Kamen Rider Revice Battle Familia. So this is going to be my review of the movie. So before I begin, I actually am going to try my best not to spoil too much. But if you want, you can watch the movie first. You may be able to find it online. It is available already and with subtitles, of course. But again, just to be sure, I want everyone to watch the movie first before continuing with this video. But again, like I've said, I promise I will not spoil too much of the movie. But anyways, with that said, well, go watch the movie first. Otherwise, enjoy this video. So, to summarize the movie, again, without the too many spoilers, so this is going to be, again, just a broad story. So, Yukimi and Genta go on a vacation, so just the two of them, and the plane that they were on gets hijacked by a terrorist group led by a man called Azuma, and they are taken to a facility called Area 666. So apparently Area 666 is an abandoned area which was involved with the organization NOAA. So those who don't know NOAA, this is actually the organization that predates Phoenix and actually is the organization that exists in Kamen Rider Veil. So they are actually the organization that created Kamen Rider Veil. So if you want to see more about NOAA, so I highly recommend that you watch Kamen Rider Veil. So, of course, with their parents kidnapped, the Igarashi siblings, so Iki, Daiji, and Sakura, go to Area 666 to save their parents. Of course, with the help of George, Hiromi, and a few others. Now, alongside that, of course, so that being the main plot, there's also another story kind of involving a young man named Nozomu who has some kind of personal vendetta against Azuma, so the main villain of the story. So his background isn't much shown in Battle Familia, which is why I would say it is required that you watch Birth of Chimera, in which Nozomu is actually the main character. So to get more context, so you understand more of Nozomu's story, because there are only a few seconds of flashbacks showing Nozomu's past, but again, those flashbacks come from Birth of Chimera. So how is he involved with Azuma's plans and stuff like that? So what happened to Nozomu? So why is he out to get Azuma? So because apparently Nozomu was also on the same plane as Genta and Yukimi, but yeah, again, for extra content or extra context rather, I probably should recommend that you watch Birth of Chimera first, or at least after watching the movie, you can watch the TTFC spinoff. But well, whichever suits your taste. But yeah, if you don't watch Birth of Chimera, you probably wouldn't understand much about Nozomu's story. But anyhow, so of course, as expected, well, the Igarashi siblings swoop in to save their parents. Even Nozomu gets involved in the action. And, well, of course, at the end of the day, everyone's safe. Everyone's back at, the Igarashi family would later be back at the happy spa and enjoy a nice hot bath as a family. Of course, the boys in the boys' bath and the ladies in the ladies' bath. So, you know, uh, all goes well and good in the end. So that's Battle Familia for you. Now, so like I've mentioned earlier, so there's Nozomu's story. So again, it's kind of a requirement. So anyways, I've mentioned a lot about that earlier. So I'm going to move on with the next point. So uh, I am going to talk about Kamen Rider Igarashi. So Kamen Rider Igarashi is the kind of the power up that is exclusive, and I repeat, exclusive to this movie. So, uh, how should I say this? Because Yukimi is actually involved in how Kamen Rider Igarashi came about. So this actually is the most conflicting part of the movie for me. So it gave me conflicting feelings. So on the other hand, on one hand, right? So I consider this part one of Yukimi's best moments, if not her best moment yet. And Yukimi does a lot, or Yukimi gets a lot of focus in this story, surprisingly. And I bet much more so than the actual protagonists or the Iki and his siblings. So, at least for this movie, Yukimi can considerably be the main protagonist, because of how much she does, how much she contributes to this story, to this movie. But at the same time, her involvement in Kamen Rider Igarashi's creation, well, Kamen Rider Igarashi is a form that I would say is more of an sorry, it's more of an asshole, you know, uh, like it appeared so conveniently like a Deus ex machina, like it appeared just at the right time when you need it. And again, it involves Yukimi. So, like, again, I hate how Kamen Rider Igarashi came to be, but at the same time, I love how Yukimi gave her, her most defining moments in the movie in that scene. So again, so these are two conflicting emotions that I'm not sure how it affects how I'm going to judge this video or this movie rather, but yeah. So again, that scene, how Kamen Rider, so the creation of Kamen Rider Igarashi, well, yeah, it was the most conflicting part for me. But the actual action, with Kamen Rider Igarashi. So by the way, Kamen Rider Igarashi is basically the Thunder Gale stamp modified. So it just changes into the 50 Gale Vice stamp. So 50 Gale actually is Igarashi. So if you read the kanji of Igarashi, so you do start with 5, 10 in the storm. So of course 5 and 10, so it's 50. So the kanji for 50 and then the kanji for storm. So actually so technically it should be 50 storm, but 50 gale because, well, it is basically the Thunder Gale Vice stamp that was kind of modified for a little bit, but it does go back to normal after use. So yeah, Kamen Rider Igarashi only appears in the movie, so it never appears in the show. Because considering the timeline, it actually takes place. So Battle Familia actually takes place before kind of the final arc of Kamen Rider Revice. So yeah, uh, you know, uh, it's just strange how Kamen Rider Igarashi came so as fast as it came in fast, it went away fast. So yeah, but it's kind of more of an emotional crux form, but only for the movie, I would say. Now, I do like the action sequences in this movie, considering how athletic Kane Kosugi is. So, of course, we know him as Jiraiya, aka Ninja Black from Kaku Ranger, and actually prior to that, so he was Kenichi Kai in Ultraman Powered, or the Ultimate Hero, if you're, if you're in the U.S. So yes, uh, uh, Kane Kosugi is now one of the actors, or one of the tokusatsu actors who has been able to appear in the big three toku. So, anyways, he is very athletic. He's still very athletic. Still many years later, even after Kaku Ranger, and his like one-on-one action scenes against Kentaro Maeda. So even Kentaro Maeda really shows how athletic he is, like being able to keep up with the action. So, and that is out of suit, by the way. So, probably like in some shots, there could be like stuntmen performing, but considering Ken Kosugi, I don't think he needs one. But when Kentaro is focused on the shot, so you actually see him doing the action himself, and the fight choreography is amazing. At least, especially in that scene where they both fight out of suit. Sorry. Now, Kamen Rider Geats. So he also appears in this movie, but well, his appearance is really just to promote the show, so nothing important. Yes, he does appear to help and defeat a few enemies, but after destroying some of them, he leaves just as soon as he comes. So yeah, just very quick work, and then skedaddling away after the fight. So again, I don't really have much to say about that. Like it was meh. So again, just for promotion's sake, really, no plot importance whatsoever. I mean, technically speaking, common writers that appear before their shows or appearing in the movies, so as promotion. So yeah, that's there's nothing we can do about that, but like meh, right? So yeah, and like even Azuma, after seeing Geats beat up a lot of gift juniors and giftarians, so like he just turns away like nothing's happened, right? But a plot central, or maybe another writer that's important to the plot of this movie, actually. So Kamen Rider Chimera, or Chimera, appears in this movie as well. So now, Kamen Rider Chimera is actually okay. He does fight. He does have a few decent action scenes. That's actually acceptable. But I just wish there was more screen time for Kamen Rider Chimera. But yeah. So if you think about it, it's just like a slightly watered down version of Kamen Rider Daemon, which is Azuma's rider suit. But anyways, it just came down to the different vice stamps that they use to transform. But it's the same belt anyway, so the costume or the suit is again the same thing basically. So overall, what I think of this movie, well, I am going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Uh, it's kind of held back by a few reasons. But so the first one I mentioned was actually how you are required to watch Birth of Chimera, again, to get more context on Nozomu's story. Because considering how Kamen Rider movies are like just an hour long, and you do show it with the Super Sentai movie, which is basically just as long as your typical episode. So at most, like, you get an hour and a half if you watch both movies. But again, Kamen Rider movies take no longer than an hour. So probably you get another hour of content or so if you watch The Birth of Chimera. So, I mean, I understand if Toei doesn't want to do that, but again, if you do not watch Birth of Chimera, you're probably not gonna understand Nozomu's intentions and motives. Well, you do get the slight gist of it, but like the nitty gritty, like the like more important details. So I do still think it's a requirement to watch uh, the spinoff. So again, another drawback that I think, well, at least this is more personal, is again Kamen Rider Igarashi and Yukimi's involvement in it. So those conflicting feelings, Yukimi in her most defining moment in the film, but at the same time, like, I just didn't like the execution of Kamen Rider Igarashi, and the fact that it only exists for this specific film. Well, yeah, I think this could have been handled better, but again, that probably is just me. And Geets's appearance really, again, it's just like more of a commercial for the upcoming show. At least at that time, it was upcoming. So, yeah. But again, overall, it still had a lot of great scenes. Again, other than the Kamen Rider Igarashi scene, like, Yukimi has a lot of moments. So she's low key the main character here. So the villains. So actually, we see here Kamen Rider, or rather, George Karizaki's demon getting involved. So it does appear a bit in the show, but now we see a lot more of that demon in this movie. So yeah, the villains are fine. Well, as for the motives, like Azuma's motives, like so but the action sequences, oh my god, like, Kane Kosugi is still an amazing action star, really. uh I think that's what I like about him as a villain, is that he is very, action based. So yeah, still entertaining. So the action scenes are good, especially the fight choreography between, like, that one-on-one fight between Ikki and Azuma out of suit. So really one of the best out of suit action scenes that I've seen in Kamen Rider. So yeah, I think that's all for my review. So what do you guys think? So if you've seen Kamen Rider Revice Battle Familia, what do you guys think? So anyways, leave it down in the comments below. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.